So in the last class, we had discussed about the different civilization, the earliest civilization that were Mesopotamian civilization, Egyptian civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and Chinese civilization. Right? We had discussed about this, and we also had discussed that how was the Indus Valley civilization found. It was found before somewhat about 80 years before, archaeologists had found that there was a civilization 47,000 years ago which was developed and was known as Indus Valley civilization. Correct? How did they find out? Because when the railway lines were being laid down for the first time in the Punjab, so engineers had stumbled upon the sites Harappa, that is in present day Pakistan, and then they found that there was the bricks that were used to construct those houses were very different. Okay, they seemed to be different and were rich in sources, and they carried out thousands of bricks from the walls of the houses, and they used it while building the railway lines. And then later on, 80 years ago, the archaeologists had reached that sites and they found out that it was the earliest civilization of a country. Okay, so let us find out more about it. Now, the natural resources in Indus Valley civilization, I'll tell you. The speciality of these civilization or the cities in this civilization was they were rich in natural resources. The Indus Valley contained numerous natural resources that were an important part of Harappan civilization. The resources included fresh water and timber, the materials, the precious metals like gold, silver, semi-precious stones, and even marine resources. So these were the speciality of Indus Valley civilization. Then the important sites in Indus Valley civilization. The similarities in plans and construction between Mohenjo-daro and Harappa indicated that they were part of a unified government with extreme organization, and both the cities were constructed using the same bricks and same types of construction. Okay, and the two cities existed simultaneously, and their sizes also suggested that they were the capitals of their provinces, or they were the capitals of their civilization. And in contrast to other civilization, burials found from these cities are not elaborate. They are more simplistic and contain few material goods. Like, for example, if you know about the Egyptian civilization, the burials in the Egyptian civilization had gold, silver, even another human being was buried into their burials. They had a belief that when the people die, they should be given with all the required materials that they needed when they were alive. This was what the Egyptian civilization people were thinking. But the same way, even in the Indus Valley civilization, this was a thought. But then they were simplistic. The burials were very simplistic. That means these people just gave food grains with them, food, some grains with them, and they didn't have much of material goods. Okay, and remains of places or temples in the cities have not been found. So temples and places of worship have not been found, like mosque, church, or temples were not found in. The archaeologists have not found such evidences that there were temples or there were mosque or there were church in those civilizations. So we don't know whether religions and caste and creed was followed in the Harappan civilization or no. We think the archaeologists say that there was no caste discrimination or there was no religion followed by the Indus Valley civilization people. Then no hard evidences exist indicating military activities through the cities. Though the cities did contain fortification and artifacts, they had artifacts and fortification, but there was no military evidence found that there were any military or there were any emperors who had conducted wars or something sort of in Indus Valley civilization. Such evidences are not found. Okay, the city of Mohenjo-daro and city of Harappa. The cities were divided into two parts. Okay, two or more parts, but usually there were only two parts. That is the western part and the eastern part. So the western part was a smaller one, but higher. Okay, it was small in size, but it was higher. And generally, the part of the east was larger but lower, and the western part was mostly known as citadel. It was known as citadel because it was smaller in size but was on a height, and it was higher, while the eastern part was larger but lower, and this was called as lower town. The eastern part was called as lower town and the western part was called as citadel. And very often the walls of baked bricks were built around each part, so that the bricks were so well baked that they had lasted for thousands of years. And the bricks were laid in an interlocking pattern and that made the walls stronger. So this was how the cities were divided and the construction was done in these cities. The speciality of Mohenjo-daro. The speciality of Mohenjo-daro was the Great Bath. Yes, the speciality of Mohenjo-daro was the Great Bath, and it was the earliest public water tank. And here what was happening is people used to use the water from the Great Bath for their regular uses. Like the tank measured approximately of 12 meters north-south and 7 meters wide with a maximum depth of 2.4 meters. And it had two staircases from north and south side so that people could enter into it. And at the foot of the stairs is a small ledge with a brick edging that extends the entire width of the pool. So even the pool had the drainage system so that the waste water or the dirty water from the pool, that is a Great Bath, could have vented out. Okay, so people used to use that pipe to just empty the Great Bath, and then it also had one more pipeline which was attached to a well, and the fresh water was again put into the Great Bath. And here what was happening is the Great Bath was constructed in such a area that the people had thought about it in so deeply that the plastering of the Great Bath was done with the natural tar, so that the water does not leak out of the Great Bath. So the natural tar was used to layer or to plaster the Great Bath. Okay, and then most of the time the special people, okay, the very important people of the city used to take dip into this Great Bath on special occasions, that is on festivals or on their birthdays or something like it. It is believed that maybe this was happening in the Indus Valley civilization. So this is a picture of Great Bath. You can see there are staircases from both the sides. People could enter into it, and there was also a pipeline. There were two pipelines. One was attached to the well and the other one was attached to the drainage system, so that the water could be thrown out. The waste water could be thrown out and the fresh water could be filled into the Great Bath. Then the streets of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. The streets were narrow and were into 90-degree angle, and the streets were narrow streets and alleyways are of the major streets leading into more private neighborhoods. Okay, and many of the brick houses were like 2 floors, not more than that, 1 floor. They just had 1 floor and 2 floors on it and not more than that. Okay, with thick walls and high ceiling to keep the rooms cool. It is considered that in Harappa, in Indus Valley civilization, it was too hot. So the summers were too hot. So to keep the rooms cool, the ceiling was constructed on a height, so that the ceiling, even if it gets hot, the people living into that room should not be harmed due to the heat of the sun. So the architects in those days were so intelligent. We can make out from the kind of construction that they have done. And if you can see, the bricks were interlocked. If you can see See, the bricks were placed in such a way that they were interlocked into each other so that the houses will not fall even due to the natural calamities like earthquakes and all. It won't hurt the construction will not break down. That is the reason till today the walls are so intact. Then the wells at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Private wells were built for the rich people. Okay, it was considered that private wells were constructed by the rich people, which were the wells were constructed behind their houses. So the rich people had their own private wells, while a public well was constructed for the other people who can use the water for household work. Okay, and this well in DKG area at Mohenjo-daro stands like a chimney because all of the surrounding earth has been removed by excavation. Okay.